There are some basic principles of good map design which these slides will help us better understand. This flowchart is helpful during the map design process. The central ideal is the objective of the map. Based on the objective, what data do you select? How is it arranged? What symbols are best? How you review it? And finally, make your final edits. The map objective is mission critical. What is the purpose of the map? Who is going to use the map? Is the audience a group of highly educated professionals or kindergartners or somewhere in between? How is the map going to be delivered? Online or paper copy? Maybe black and white. Maps serve a lot of different purposes. Navigation maps with your GPS help you find a particular address. When thinking about the map audience, you need to have an idea of what level of knowledge already exists and what type of information will have to be better explained. The word medium, in this case, is not the size bigger than small and smaller than large. Medium is the delivery method on which the map is made of, paper or electronic. Or, in some case of extreme jack-o'-lanterns, perhaps pumpkin. Depending on the map medium, there are specific design characteristics to consider. One big difference between paper maps and web maps might be that paper maps commonly serve multiple purposes, where a good web map should do one thing really well. Next, we consider selecting the data. A good map will tell a story where everyone can recognize the lead and supporting characters with very little distraction from the story. Some situations warrant your omitting data from your map, such as privacy issues, sensitive data, and unintended economical consequences. Coordinate systems are an important factor when designing a map. You can see the differences between the geographic coordinate system in the upper left versus the projected map on the right. There are many different types of map projections, each having their own advantages, disadvantages, or distortions. We'll look closer at coordinate systems in a later chapter. Maps are easy to make, but good maps will tell a story. What's the story with this map? Yeah, I don't know either. Next, we can start arranging our elements. Visual hierarchy is a term which means what really gets your attention first. A good map will establish a clear path highlighted to the important aspects. Looking at this map, what is the story? It is pretty clear to me that we're looking at volcano eruptions and their relationship to population density. Thinking about visual hierarchy, what did you notice first? I noticed the red triangles representing the volcano eruptions. Ways to establish visual hierarchy include applying the visual center, rule of thirds, balance, alignment, negative space, neat lines, symbolization, color, contrast, size, thickness, foreground, and background. The visual center of a map is a little higher than the geometric center on the page. Use the rule of thirds to place important items on the first and second third of the page. You want to arrange all your map elements to achieve a balanced page. To create a professional look, keep your map elements aligned and use consistent spacing. Negative or empty space should also be balanced. Don't crowd elements. Don't leave large empty spaces. Look for creative ways to group things. Symbols are a very important element of map design. Symbols are used to create hierarchy. Deeply saturated colors, thick lines, large symbols tend to draw your attention. Our brain doesn't just stop and look. It naturally tries to look for patterns. How do you make things stand out or belong together? Which of these maps has a clear visual hierarchy? How is it achieved? Well, both maps have a visual hierarchy, but the lower map is more appropriate. The visual hierarchy of the upper map is the grid lines and dark blue ocean, where the hierarchy of the lower map is the continents. This was achieved by subduing the saturation of colors of the grid lines and the oceans, as well as layering the grid lines behind the continents. You should always review your work. You'll be amazed by the amount of mistakes you can correct by simply looking at your work before you submit it. You should always make sure the map projects are visually appealing, avoid poor grammar and misspelling, and don't forget to cite the source of your information. When reviewing your map, look close and pay attention to details. Most of the time your legend will need some improvements. Take a look at this map. What do you think? What would make it better? What about the legend details? Why can you see a small part of Alaska? Now look at this map. Which tells a better story? Clearly this map is easier to understand. Ask a friend to look at your work. Many times another set of eyes can help you spot commonly overlooked problems and mistakes. Remember, your work represents you. The author recommends taking a quick 3 to 5 second look at a map. Try it here. Do you see anything you don't understand? Are the colors alarming or confusing? Can you understand the legend? Also, what did you notice first? Did you have a positive or negative impression? What caused that impression? Finally, look at the map for a few minutes. You should be able to answer, what is the map about? What is the main point? And identify any unclear items or elements. Finally, you need to edit all of the confusion out of your maps. Make sure your message is clear and concise, simplified, and test alternative ideas. And you're done. Well, maybe. I think you're ready to try your hand at improving a poor map. See Chapter 5, Part A.